Well, hello, Central Ohio, Columbus City. Here we sit today, the City League Sports Show. I'm in the Legacy Lounge. You know, we've had a little bit of time off, but we have a legend in here with us today. We have the one and only Coach Marvin Bohanan. I'm your host, Dr. Vince Clarino. We about to run some plays. And I say run some plays because you've done a lot of stuff, Coach, but you've been primarily a football coach.
Correct.
So, Coach, say hello to everybody real quick here in Central Ohio, man. Just say what's up.
What's up, Central Ohio? I'm happy to be here, happy to be in your presence. For me, I'm the most blessed man on the planet.
Oh, love it. That's a beautiful way to start, man. Let me share this, right? For people who are maybe listening to the show, watching the show, streaming it, whatever their platform is that they're using, I don't know, like today we're going to get into how bad of a guy you are, man. For me, as a young educator in this school system and growing up, first learning of you and knowing of you from afar, and then having some rare opportunities where I got a chance to just chop it up with you and talk to you. I think you're just a phenomenal human being. I think you're a bad dude, man. I've shared that in multiple places. But tell our listeners, how do you become an educator? Let's get into a little bit of that. Like how do you end up how do we end up being blessed, and how do you become an educator?
Well, for my story and my background, I think my parents had a tremendous amount of who I am and what I am. My brothers, I got 4 brothers and a sister that's passed away.
Okay.
But our family connection.
Where you at in the brother realm? You the oldest?
I'm the middle.
In the middle.
I'm in the middle.
All right, got you.
So being in the middle, who I am, I'm a reflection of everyone in our family.
Okay.
You know, my parents put values in us. If I say something about me, and I'm saying it about my brothers and my sister, and the community that I came from. You know, we grew up in the country, just place north of Dublin, Ohio.
Okay.
Went to Dublin's, public schools, and it was an African-American community of this small neighborhood. A lot of people don't know the history about it.
I bet.
So those families and those individuals that we grew up with helped shape me who I am today.
Okay. So now I kind of I get introduced to you and get to know you from basically East Side Columbus, Ohio, right?
Correct.
So tell me how you go from West Side and Dublin at the time, a Dublin that people don't know, right?
Correct.
Because you're talking about the 70s maybe?
A little bit past that. As an athlete and student at Dublin in the 60s and 70s.
60s and 70s.
Correct, because I came out in 75. But before that, coming up during the Civil Rights Movement.
Okay.
And being in the country part, we were sort of isolated, not really knowing what was actually going on, but seeing the times and the changes at that moment.
Absolutely.
As I got older, I understood it more and more clear.
Yeah.
But I understood what my parents were trying to do.
Okay.
They were trying to keep us away from that.
Yeah.
Because, I was born in Georgia.
Okay.
Being the middle child, I was about 6 months old when my parents left Georgia.
Okay.
If you know anything about the civil rights,
Right. Yeah.
for being a young African-American family with boys, and like I said, I got one sister.
Yeah.
We finally realized my parents moved from the South to the North mainly for that purpose.
Certainly. Yeah.
So there's a lot of history tied into that. And one key thing in the community that I grew up in is a place called Lucy Depp. And as we grew up, I didn't know it was they made it an historical site about 10 years ago.
Okay.
And there's a barn right across the street from us. It was part of the Underground Railroad. So if anybody wanted...
In Dublin, Ohio.
In Dublin, just north of, in Dublin, Ohio. You're exactly right. West side of the river, about 1 mile. As you go across the O'Shaughnessy Dam, 1 mile north, there's a place called Lucy Depp. I call it 4 quadrants. And it's like 4 sections, 2 sections on the right, 2 sections on the left, and they were African-American families that lived there.
Yeah.
And there's been some great student athletes come out of that neighborhood as well as, myself.
And you're speaking to it. See, like people who come to Columbus now, Central Ohio, and even for me, I know a little bit of this time period, but when you were growing up, there was only one Dublin high school.
Correct.
You know, there was only one Pickerington. There was only one Westerville. There was 0 Olentangy. Well, there was one Olentangy, right? Now there's 5 or 6 of them, or whatever the number is out in Olentangy, right? Correct. And so we've seen massive growth here in Central Ohio. Yeah. So you graduate from Dublin High School. Which one of the Dublins is it now?
Now it's Dublin Kaufman.
Kaufman. Okay, so you graduate from Dublin High School, which has now become Dublin Kaufman.
Correct.
Where do you go to college, and then we're going to jump right into Columbus?
All right. From Dublin, it's amazing that I went to college because I had an older brother, and myself and my brother, just older than me, we always followed his lead.
Okay.
You know, and we were involved with football, baseball, track, basketball, et cetera, et cetera. But football, for me, as I got older and we were in high school, especially 10th grade, was probably one of my critical year.
Yeah.
My oldest brother was a senior, and I can remember two-a-days. Two-a-days were absolutely painful.
Right.
And I can remember tying my shoes up one time and going through my mind, I'm saying, why am I doing this?
Right, okay.
Because it was something different. You know, the coaches back then were old school.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for my oldest brother, we would ride with him. I was following his lead. Mm-hmm. I'd be hurting. I didn't want to go in my mind. I didn't want to go the next day.
Right.
But because of him and my other brother, I hung in there.
Certain, okay.
And so that was a big part, understanding sports and what it took and the commitment and the expectations. You know, that's what I loved about the game.
Okay. So when you left Dublin, though, where'd you go?
All right, from Dublin, I went to Ohio University.
Okay, with OU. Okay.
And I was there from 75 to 79.
Back when it took two hours to get to OU from Central Ohio.
You're exactly right.
They didn't have it. We didn't have that little strip of corridor on 33 to just zoom on down there.
Exactly.
You had to weave all the way down
and go through some little small towns, to get there. You're exactly right. And for me, it's something totally new. Mm-hmm. You know, history-wise, my parents' educational background went up to the 8th grade.
Okay.
Okay. And but history-wise, college wasn't a big thing. Mm. I can remember in 8th grade, I can remember one of my teachers saying what me and my brother were going to be. And in my mind, I didn't argue back.
Right.
I just said, how in the world could they make a statement like that?
Right.
At that time, they said we were going to be garbage men, pick up trash. But, you know, garbage men now get paid well.
Absolutely.
It's a great profession.
Yes, indeed, it is.
You know, so at that time, and you know, growing up, it was looked on. This is the only thing African Americans could do.
Yeah.
You know, so 8th grade teacher made that statement.
Yeah.
In my mind, it lit a fire in me.
Well, you know, I'm glad it lit the fire. Because let me share this, right? And I talk about this all the time. I share this with coaches. I share this with teachers. And I have a slide, you know, when I do our preseason head coaches meetings. Mm-hmm. And it's titled The Power of Your Words.
Exactly.
And you have no idea the impressionable position you're in when you're a teacher and a coach and you say something to a kid.
Correct.
Right? And here you are and you're sitting here 50 years later and can remember a conversation you had with an 8th grade teacher,
Correct.
right? The impressionable moment that they have on you. And like you said, it lights this fire. So now let's dive into it. You start teaching. Let's get to some of the fun stuff, right?
Right.
So because for us, you're one of our legendary coaches, man. And I share this. Let me share this with people. All you coaches out here listening, if you can catch up to this gentleman that I'm sitting across from right now, offer him a cup of coffee, a sit down. Are you a coffee drinker?
No, not a coffee drinker. But I'll tell you what, I'll drink water, soda pop, or whatever. I'll do that.
Yes, indeed. Okay. And I say that jokingly, but offer this gentleman, if you can, coaches, and I'm talking about you while I'm talking with you right now. Offer this guy, if you can get him to sit down and share some wisdom with you. Coaches need to learn from you. They need to have an opportunity. But so now you start coaching for Columbus City Schools when? And then we're going to just take off and have some fun with this stuff here.
Actually, in 1980, I was with Pickerington which is now Pickerington Central.
Yeah.
But at that time, I was did my field experience as a teacher under a gentleman named Jack Johnson.
Okay.
And out of Pickerington, he was a legend out there.
Yeah.
And if you ever saw him, you would swear he was a clone of Franco Harris.
Okay.
But I was in his class. He inspired me so much because he gave me an opportunity to work with him as an assistant coach.
Okay.
Without ever
having a lot of
experience, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
He saw my desire, how much I love working with the young people, and he actually gave me a great part of the takeover of the offense.
Okay.
So here's what's interesting with working with Coach Jack Johnson. At one of our games, I would go home, and my wife and I, at that time, out of college, we lived at McNaughton Square. I don't know if you were there, on the east side.
Square. Yeah.
And
right there off of Livingston.
Exactly. Yeah. So I go home, and I got to pick her up because at that time, money was scarce.
Okay.
We had a car that barely cranked it sometimes, back in the day.
Yeah.
But she would take the bus to work, so in the evening, I would have to pick her up, and my plan was to head out to Pickerington because they had a game. At that time, we had an away game. I got in a car wreck on the way to pick her up. I never even got a chance from the wreck to get to the game. And I was devastated. Number one, didn't get a chance to pick my wife up. Now I got to worry about how she's going to transition, getting home.
Yeah.
And then I got young people depending on me and a team for my position as an assistant coach.
Yeah.
From that point on, for the next 20 plus years, on a Friday night, I never left school because of that incident. Mr. Clarino, I'll call you coach sometimes because you sound just like you're a coach in yourself.
You sharing that, yeah.
And so we're sharing great information with each other. So from that point on, I stayed after school. And one thing I found out, like you want to call me a legend, I'm a legend because I've been surrounded by great people.
Okay.
Administrators, teachers, and most important, the young men I got a chance to work with.
Wow.
I'm great because they're great.
Yeah.
I'm here because they gave me an opportunity to do something I love doing every day of my life.
Well, let me share this real quick. I didn't mean to dive in. The best coaches bring out the greatness in kids. Mm-hmm. The best coaches bring out the greatness in kids, right?
Correct.
I see a lot of coaches, and they can't find a way to build a relationship with the kid to help that kid reach their true potential. And sometimes that means being tough on a kid.
Correct.
Right? Sometimes, and when I say being tough, tough for kids is accountability.
Correct.
That's it. There's nothing else to being tough for kids.
Exactly.
If you just hold them accountable to their actions, you're being tough on them, and that's okay. Kids need to be held accountable because that's how you learn, in my opinion, right?
Right.
If every time I, got knocked on the head for doing something wrong, if I had to live with those for a lifetime, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Correct.
Right. So the kids that you had were great because you brought out their greatness. You held them accountable. I can remember. Early on, I don't even know what the situation was, but you were in and around over at Independence, and you were coaching. And we're going to get to that. And I remember I was over, and I was doing something, and I had to stop, and I started watching one of your practices, and I said to myself, like this is amazing. It was like watching, a master artist paint the most beautiful picture. It was like watching a chef cook the most amazing meal. The relationship that you had with the players and the kids that you were coaching, they all grabbed and held on to your every moment, your every word. So you start coaching then at Independence when? So when does that happen?
In 1981, 82, okay. I was an assistant coach under Roger Farinato, and some of the assistants like Dan Smith, Jim Harper. Jim Harper was a great head coach at Marion Franklin at one time also.
Yeah.
And so I was an assistant coach. And the thing that fell in line with me at that time, I was 24 years old.
Okay.
Getting ready to turn 25 in the spring in March. And Farinato leaves for California.
Okay.
I'm a 2-year assistant, 81, 82, going into the 83 season. He leaves for California. And two-a-days always started on a Wednesday back in the day.
Okay.
So what happened was it was almost too late for them to interview for a football coach because I think we had like 2 or 3 days before two-a-days started.
Okay.
And I remember the principal calling me in, because I ran the weightlifting program that summer, and the players, you know how players vote for you. We want we want Mr. Bohanan, and players still do it today.
Yeah.
And the principal was nervous because I'm a young guy.
Absolutely.
So he said, Marv, we're going to make you the interim head coach. It's okay with me. All I need is the door open.
Yeah.
Because I grew up back in the day. You give us a door open, that's your opportunity to make things happen.
Certainly.
And like I said, I've been blessed. So that's part of my blessing right there. As interim head coach, we went 8-1-1 that first year. They made me head coach from that point on, and I never looked back.
Off and running. So we won't be able to encompass all of your work in 30 minutes. Just there's too much there, right? But you spent the majority of your head coaching time, if not all, correct me if I'm wrong, between Independence and Eastmoor. Is that fair? Right?
Correct.
So East Side person, Independence, Eastmoor, and I know a lot of East Side people because I'm an East Side kid. I went to Walnut Ridge. Somehow you never stopped over at my stomping grounds, right? I would have been fortunate to be one of your kids.
Right.
But so I say that to say, like, I don't know the exact time periods of when you were at one or at the other, right? But some names that jump out at me at Independence are, the Harper boys.
Exactly.
I remember Eric Hall was running around over there and doing some special stuff. Coach Douglas, who's the current head coach. Did Coach Douglas play for you?
He played for me.
Okay, so give the Independence listeners then, and give his kids. What was Coach Douglas like?
All right,
let's pick on Coach D for a second.
All right, let me share this with you. From 83 to 86, I'm the head coach at Independence, right? And in that window of 83 to 86, Coach Douglas happens to be one of my athletes, and at that time,
we're gonna put his governor name out there, Maurice. Maurice was one of your players.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and he was a tailback.
Okay,
but at that time, older than him,
could he move? He was hitting the hole, wasn't he?
He was gifted.
Okay,
he was literally gifted.
Yeah.
But there's some seniors that I had that were, when you got seniors, just
absolutely.
And we made him a flanker at that time, a wingback by nature at that time. And he had some highlight runs himself. But the thing about Coach Douglas, Maurice Douglas, is his desire for the game. Because I would drive, like we would work out. I mean, we work out all year long. All year round, we work out. Because that's what you got to do.
Absolutely.
Academics, number one.
Yeah.
Conditioning in the off season, number two.
Yeah.
And for me, every young man that came across my path, they know I talk about academics come out of my mouth. We're running and conditioning, or whether it's practice, when we take that 2 or 3 minute break.
Right.
I remember one athlete says, Coach Bohanan, all you talk about is classroom, grades, academics, because I know that's your future.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's your window of opportunity. That's how that door is open. But to get back to Coach Douglas, he would listen with both eyes and both ears every time.
Yeah.
Wherever we did in conditioning, he would be there. And his goal was to be first. He never wanted to settle for second. That's what made him great.
Okay.
He was the outstanding student. I think it was just his mom at that time, if I could be mistaken. She's an outstanding parent.
Yeah. So good support team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's an outstanding young man.
Yeah.
So he's been with me as a player. When he went out to Kansas, we talked back and forth. He's not the only one. A lot of kids that go off to school, we always converse back and forth. Then when he came out of Kansas, he even coached with me from Independence to Eastmoor, back to Independence. I went back to Independence in 2000 to 2005. And every trek of the way, he's been with me.
Yeah.
And I knew he was going to be a head coach. And I knew he was going to be an outstanding coach because he had all those intangibles.
Certainly.
So
you've seen, I mean, the number is too many to count. Countless kids go off to college and play football. Big time, you know, from every school out there in the country. Like you said, from Kansas to schools in the Big Ten and everything in between.
Correct.
Right? This is only for coaches right now. We're going to start with coaches. What does it take? How did you find all this success? What's the recipe? Like for all our coaches, if you're listening to us in the radio, pull your car over right now, turn your volume up, turn off the distractions, whatever it is. To our coaches, what's the recipe for success in football, high school football?
One thing is that care factor. You're more than just a football player for me. First of all, you're a young man.
Yeah.
I see something that right now you cannot see. And if you listen to me and know that I'm telling you the truth, my goal is to help you get to where you want to get to. It may not be a career in football,
right,
but as long as football is there, because you'll find out a lot of young kids to do what you have to do in football, the practice, the conditioning, the hard work, the sweat, you got to love the game.
Absolutely.
And what I found out, I don't care what school you're at, kids love the game. But the thing they're missing is that component is what's my foundational piece that I need once football's over.
Right.
One guy told me NFL means not for long, and that stuck in my mind.
Okay.
Football is only a tool to get you where you want to be as a productive citizen in our country, in America.
Yeah.
Like our school policy is creating young people for global success in a global economy, right?
Yeah.
And in football, as coaches, we're trying to make our young people successful. When they step out, they can compete against anybody in the world.
Yeah.
And that's the greatest thing for me. Working with young people, when they come in, they're going to know, and you know, the word gets around. Mr. Bohanan, Coach Bohanan, they know your standard, know what you expect. Nothing takes the place of the classroom.
Yeah.
Your teachers are golden. When you step between those doors, that's where my heart and desire is. And when you step on the field, kids are going to give you practice.
Certainly.
They're going to sweat.
Yeah.
But you give me the classroom, it'll open doors for you.
Okay. So you bounced over to Eastmoor for a little bit of time.
Correct.
And then like you said, then you went back to Independence. While at Eastmoor, you had some special teams over there also.
Correct.
Right? Are there any years, and we'll touch on Eastmoor. Are there any years that kind of jump out and that you remember? I mean, like you just said, which I think is, hey, like you just said you go 8-1-1 your first year.
Correct.
Right.
Right.
So are there years? And it doesn't necessarily have to be Eastmoor, but are there some years that stand out a little bit more than others?
Let me back up to Independence real quick.
Yeah, please do. 100%. That's why I changed that question.
You know what's interesting? When I came out of college, you were ambitious. Well, I can remember sitting down on a Sunday, writing out my goals for life, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to be a teacher and a coach. My goal was to be a college coach.
Okay.
And my plan was, in order to be a college coach, you stay at this place a couple years, move on and be successful, move on to the next place, right?
Absolutely.
Ambition, correct?
Yeah.
One of the most painful moments in my young life was in 1985, 86, there was a group of young men that they were with me since they were freshmen. And when you mentioned the Harpers, Sean Harper, Roger Harper, Rod Harper, Larry Dickerson, that group of young people. And one thing I do, once I start mentioning that, I leave somebody's name out.
Yeah, that's okay.
Hurts me to death.
So many kids after 40 plus years.
So that group, when they were going to be seniors. And Eastmoor job came open in 86. So I'm on my ambition kick.
Right.
Look, I interviewed over at Eastmoor, and they offered me the job that summer, and my wife cried. At that time, I got an older son, my son and my daughter, and my wife cried. And the hurt I saw on my seniors at Independence hurt me. It's something I never expected.
Yeah.
I've never understood because I've never been in that position before. And And I found out a lot of coaching, when coaches move from point A to point B, it's your seniors that get hurt the most.
Yeah.
Because you built that relationship with.
Absolutely.
And I understood relationships with young people at that time were so important. My wife cried. She said, I loved Independence.
Right.
And there's we had a young man named Sean Martin.
Okay.
He used to work for the district also.
Okay.
After he finished, school and everything, he was a security guard and school security with the district.
Yeah.
And my daughter loved him to death. Because when they were younger, I had them over at my house after one game early in my career. I had them over, and all them guys stayed the whole night.
Yeah.
And that was important for my family. It was important to my wife that I didn't know at the time.
Yeah.
But after that, seeing that, I really made me take a second look of the college ambition. Because I had a couple opportunities to leave and move on to the college ranks.
Yeah.
So with that said, with Independence, has some really nice teams. And the key thing is, when I left Independence, went to Eastmoor, my first year at Eastmoor, I had one of the quarterbacks was named Alonzo Shavers. And the seniors were the hardest ones
to win over.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Because Brian Cross at that time was the head coach, went to Grove City.
Okay.
And I remember Alonzo Shavers coming to me one time and during a game, and he says, I had called a play. And some plays he could audible out of and some he couldn't.
Yeah.
And he comes over to the sideline and said, Coach Bohanan, what if I had an audible out of that play? What would you have done? I said, you'd have been standing next to me.
Absolutely. Yeah, come on.
And he understood, and he was a funny guy. If you understand Alonzo, he's an outstanding young man, great humor. And as a senior, when I said you'll be standing next to me, he understood the message. And all of our seniors got the message that accountability. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that group of kids with Kip, there's some other players with that group, Kelvin Elder, and a group of young people with that first group of seniors.
Yeah.
Those guys become special because now they got to accept me in.
Absolutely.
Then after that, 92, 93 year, Marcus Ray, Keith Demme, Savon Edwards.
So is it fall of 92 or fall of 93? Ain't this fall of 93, I think?
Of that grade, I think it's fall of 90. I could be wrong.
So their junior year you're talking about?
With
Ronnie and those guys?
Ronnie and those guys.
Yeah, Ronnie and Savon in their junior year.
Exactly.
Okay, all right, I'm with you, all right.
And then eventually when their junior year, I tell you what, we had some injuries that hurt us real bad. I know Marcus had a severe injury. Savon had a knee surgery. We had went down to play Xenia.
Okay.
And we got hammered pretty good. But
regular season or postseason?
Regular season.
Oh, regular season, okay.
But the next year we go back, when those young people are seniors, they were an outstanding bunch also.
Yeah.
No matter where I've been, I've had outstanding.
I keep saying, but you pulled out the best in kids. That's what makes them outstanding kids.
Exactly. You know, an interesting thing with the Independence in Eastmoor, because I had been Independence, Eastmoor, back to Independence, the young people are exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's like, there's so many things I can share with, like you said, time-wise. So I'm going to try to stay on this track here. So their junior year, we had injuries. And then coming back as seniors, they were a special group.
Okay.
And, you know, with that year, they went undefeated. First round of the playoffs, we played Fostoria.
Their senior year?
Their senior year.
So that would have been 93, 94.
That would have been, okay.
Yeah, because so me and Ronnie and a lot of those guys are the same year. I'm a 94 graduate from Walnut Ridge, and I remember those guys across town having a phenomenal run.
Correct.
Right? Yeah, so that would have been 93, 94, I think, then their senior year.
Okay, exactly. Yeah. So outstanding group. And like I said, not just football players, outstanding young people. I still see them today. When we talk today with those guys, when I see them, I think Keith is still over at South.
Yeah, Keith is in the school district.
At one time, Savon was at Eastmoor Academy. Now I think he's a fireman now.
He is. Savon is a fireman. I just saw him a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, so when I sat down, Wesley Hicks.
Yeah, I know Wes.
I sat down and talked to those guys. They don't know.
Right.
How, whether they're at my athletes at Independence or at Eastmoor, every one of those young men made me who I am today.
Absolutely. You know, I was in school at that time, and I knew those guys. When you're an East Side kid, we all grow up in the same neighborhoods, the same recreation centers. So I've known and seen and been around, Ronnie Brown, Keith, Savon, Wes, Marcus Booker. I mean, all the names you can just run through, right?
Exactly.
From an Eastmoor standpoint, and they were fortunate. I know you shared multiple times that they have made you who you are, but they were fortunate to have you in their life, to guide them, to give them direction, to coach them, to let them be a part of your world, right? You know, like the best coaches also, they let kids be a part of their world. You have to be a little bit vulnerable,
correct,
to allow kids to buy in and kind of see. So you've been associated with and working with Columbus City Schools for over 40 years, right?
Wow. Yes.
And obviously, then in that span, I mean, there are now young people who are adults, right? They're adults. They're living. They got families. I share that the coaching relationship is such an amazing, important one, because I share this with my coaches all the time.
Correct.
When you decide to become a coach, especially of the impressionable age of kids, middle school and high school, you get to have a lifetime appointment.
Correct. You're right.
You get to be coached for life.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like when they see you as an adult, they probably still call you coach.
Coach, you're exactly right.
And I share that with people because there's no other space that gives you a lifetime appointment relationship.
Correct.
I remember when I first started teaching, I graduated from Walnut Ridge, and then I was teaching back at Walnut Ridge 4 years later. So probably about 80% of the teaching staff were still working there.
Correct. Okay.
Right? And I remember a handful of teachers, they would say to me, "Oh, we're so happy that you're back," and all those things. And they said, "Hey, you can call me by my first name." And I said, "Okay, Susan," right? And then I remember another teacher, he said, "Oh, yeah, call me by my first name." He said, "You call me William." I said, "Okay, Bill," right? And my high school basketball coach said, "Hey, you can call me by my first name."
Right.
And I said, looky here. Look, hey, so people don't see what's going on here, right?
Oh my.
So what? So so before we had these gentlemen join us, I remember my high school coach said to me, "You can call me by my first name," and I couldn't even I said, "No, you're coach. You're always coach," right? And so, coach, for us, you are always coach. But what we have here for you is a special moment. I'm gonna ask these two gentlemen that they knocking my microphone down in here. I'm gonna ask these two gentlemen, come and grab either seat you want. Come on in and grab a seat. So here's what we're doing to coach right now for listeners who are only listening via radio. We're bringing in two of Coach's former players, right? Who we actually have just been sitting here talking about a little bit. So I'm going to ask both of them to come in and grab a seat for us, and we're going to get their microphones set up.
Oh my goodness!
And so here's these names have just come up, Coach. We have an amazing production team here, and our producer does an amazing job at moments like this to be able to allow you to receive your flowers. That's what this show is about, for you to receive your flowers, and then you have an opportunity for some young lives that you've touched. Right, and let me share this with you. You're not getting out of here today, because here's what I've learned real quick, Coach. You have this beautiful art of deferring on some of my questions.
Right.
I'm about to hit you with a hot one here before you leave. Before this show is over, I'm putting you on the spot, and I'm not letting you get out of it, okay? But right now, let's start over here. To my right, Coach's left, introduce yourself and say hello to everybody here in Central Ohio.
What's up, Central Ohio? It's Savon Edwards.
Yes, indeed. And we'll bounce over here.
Hello, Central Ohio. Samuel Gresham III.
Oh, come on. Hey, look. So let me share this. Producer, we need to get these gentlemen in on their own show, right? Because I know. So me and these guys are around the same age. and y'all were some bad dudes. And I've told Savon, I think you're one of the baddest to touch it, man. I've always enjoyed what you brought to the table. But right now, so we're talking about Coach and his legacy. You all may not know this. 40 plus years in Columbus City schools.
Yes.
Been touching lives and helping young people on the east side of Central Ohio for this entire career, back and forth, Eastmoor, Independence, and all of those things. Savon, let's jump with you, man. Give us a good Coach story, moment, memory. Give us one. And there's no bad answers, man. Anything you want to throw out there. And here's the beauty of it, right? He doesn't get to make you run. He don't get to hit any drills on you. Like, you get to say whatever you want right now. The floor is yours.
So I got two.
Come on. Give us both of them.
The first one is from when we was in high school.
Okay.
And we were going to play Independence.
Okay.
So we had Independence the next week. Linden forfeited against us.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then played the next week after that.
Right.
So we all went to the Independence game as a team. Like, we were in the parking lot deep.
Okay. So you went to go watch because you were off on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'm with you.
So we went the whole team.
Yeah.
He in the stands. We ain't know.
Oh man.
I don't know if we wasn't really
Processed
didn't really
it all
care.
the way out.
Didn't really care. So we were just so excited to be in the parking lot as a team deep.
Absolutely.
We just start chanting.
Yeah.
Eastmoor.
Okay.
Boom.
Yeah.
It was so loud. They in the stand, him and the other coaches in the stands, they stand up, turn. Mm-hmm. Me and Marcus like, oh.
Yeah.
He seen us. He came down. Me and Marcus dipped over we ain't even get
Yeah. Yeah.
like, they got in trouble. We had to come back, so we had to run. And
yes, indeed.
But that was like one of the funniest things because we had to go back. Everybody got in trouble except for us because we escaped.
Y'all was able to make it off to the side there. Yeah.
But we went back. And my next one is, so he was he's been assistant principal right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he was at Eastmoor when I was working at Eastmoor. Mm-hmm. But then seeing him at South, I went over to South to see him and Keith.
Okay, yeah.
And just to see he's still doing it.
Absolutely.
And doing it like great at it.
Yeah.
Like he's always been great at it, but to see him with the kids now, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So like that's just, and I said like, I'm just thankful for him that he's still getting up and doing it every day.
Absolutely. Wow, yeah.
So like that, I mean, it means a lot. So,
let me share for our radio listeners, because I like to be able to help them see what's going on. You've been listening to me and Coach talk here. And Coach right now, as these two young people walked into the room, I call them young people, right? Because like when we're in the presence of greatness, we get to be young people, even though we're old guys ourselves a little bit right now. But Coach right now, listeners, eyes are a little glossy. I think he's fighting back a little, some tears because he's blessed at this moment.
Yeah.
But I want you radio listeners to be able to see that and feel what we get to feel in the room, because that's the magic of what you've done for us. But now we're gonna go over here. Give us a good.
I had
give us a good. Yeah, come on,
great stories.
Come
One
on,
of high
give it to
school
us.
play.
Did you say high school play?
High school play, playing in high school.
Oh, playing. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were about to tell me something about being on the stage.
No.
Come and drag you off the high school playing football.
Now, I'll start with, this is a man of great courage, divine faith and great courage.
Okay.
But great courage because he chose to play or start a 15-year-old boy at left tackle.
Okay.
He had an all-conference quarterback. I think Javon had already committed to Wisconsin.
Okay.
And he took a kid who had never put on a helmet, never played a down of real football, been about 4 or 5 real decent camps.
Yeah.
And said, hey, you take a helmet and go play left tackle.
Right.
So you talk about courage. And I think
somebody didn't fire him after that?
No, man. 44 games, he trusted me out there, man.
Wow.
44 games, he trusted me out there.
Yeah.
Divine courage. Second, personally.
Pause there for a moment. I'm not going to let you get away from that.
Uh-huh.
What did that do to the 15-year-old you?
Oh, my goodness.
Having that support.
He built my courage, and it started from the title, The Pup. And when he was done with me, I was a dog, man.
Okay,
I
wow.
was a dog.
Yeah.
All city, all district, and I was really, really ready to play the game. But again, a man of great courage and great faith.
Yeah.
Secondarily, professionally, he was substitute teaching. My mother, who had been working in the educational system for many years, over 40 years, was substituting at a school and had suffered a seizure. I got the life alert call. I'm jumping in my car. I'm running up there. I pull up. I believe it was the emergency services people were on their way to take me to her. And I went around the corner, and the first face I saw was his. And I said, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
So I'm rushing up to him. He's giving me the rundown. They take me in the room with her. He stands patiently out to the side because Bo knows me. Yeah. I'm Mr. Emotion.
Okay.
But when I settled down, he said, okay, here's the play. And we were good.
Yeah.
And it was just like being in high school.
Wow.
But again, a man of great divine courage and faith.
Yeah.
And I believe in him. He's taught me.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Coach, what you think? We got two of your guys in here, man. Came in the room.
These guys.
Yeah.
I love these guys because they're an example of every young man I've been surrounded by. Like I said, I'm the one that's blessed.
Absolutely. Yeah, these are some bad dudes, and while Coach is pausing, I'll talk. I'll fill up the air with my jibber jabber for a moment, because Coach is processing. You know, we're taught as young people, like these kind of neighborhood, in high school, and you compete in sports. So as young people, we were always supposed to be against each other. Walnut Ridge and Eastmoor. I've gotten to know both of you as men and respect you on a whole different level, right? We get a chance to break all of that stuff down. And I share it with kids all the time. You don't have to get caught in the competition of the game out here. You can still go out there and play and compete and have a good time and play hard and want to win and realize that it's also okay for your brother to win too. Right? You know what I mean? Like kids didn't, but it took me getting onto the other side to learn that. It took me becoming an educator. I wish someone would have shared that with me when I was young as a kid playing. But I got a chance to see you all, often more times than I wanted to, right? And I've shared, we had Lamont in here on the show before in basketball. I was a basketball kid. I don't have any hard time saying, we couldn't beat Eastmoor. We struggled against you all from a basketball standpoint. And I know football, there were times when you all had, some fun games, but y'all were some bad dudes. I'm gonna just say that. Y'all were a bad bunch, man. Y'all's group was a bad bunch.
They were special.
Savon, I see you wanting to say, come on, share with me what you thinking, man.
We had a lot of guys that wanted the same thing.
Yeah.
That's why.
Exactly.
So,
unity was very, very deep in that team.
And it was just unfortunate. Like the one year, a lot of people was hurt.
Yep,
that's what I mentioned. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
was that y'all's junior year?
Junior year.
Yeah. Then y'all bounced back though. Really on advantage that next year.
Yeah, everybody came back.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were hurt. A lot of people didn't play.
Right.
Came back that senior year, and I still to this day, I'm like, we should have got it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I tell everybody this. We should have watched film.
Right.
We still have that conversation.
So here we go, because I think we're near the end, and I want to thank you two as guests to come in and help us shower some flowers on Coach. But Coach, I'm about to put you now in the hot seat. You've been sitting there relaxed the whole time. You've been chilling. You've been having a good time, smiling and laughing. So I'm not going to make it as hard on you. I'm going to make it harder. It's not going to be as easy as just Eastmoor Independence.
Correct.
So you're not. That would be too easy, right? Because you'll come up with a clever response.
Right.
So here's what I'm going to ask of you. Okay. I need you to put together for me a play. And I need you to tell me. You got, we on the 2 minute, in the red zone. It's the end of the 2 minute drill. I need to know who the players are that's on the field.
All right.
You don't have to name 11 guys.
Okay.
But you got the ball, and I need you to give me about 5 or 6 guys. I don't care what school they come from.
Right.
Who's on the field to win it all?
All right.
Who's on the field, Coach?
Right. Here's what I'm going to say first.
Yeah, see, I know you're going to try.
And this is respect for the entire Columbus City schools.
Okay.
Okay. As long as I've been a football coach in Columbus City schools, there have been great athletes come out of
Absolutely.
Columbus, and I don't care where they go.
Yeah.
They represent Columbus City outstanding. I mean, they're impact players.
Yeah. Yeah.
These two guys are going to be on that
There you go.
6, guaranteed.
Okay.
We're going to run behind him.
There we go. Okay.
And I'm going to put the ball in his hands. Now, listen, this is a true story. I was subbing at Eastmoor, and I'm in a class, and I see a young man in the classroom that was a clone of him. And it turns out to be your
Son.
Yeah.
absolutely, it was like yesterday,
Right.
you know, and someone tells me how good his son is.
Absolutely.
I had to square him up.
Yeah.
I said, there's no one better than him.
None.
Yeah.
And his son was outstanding. And he'll tell me his son was better than him. But for me, there was no one better.
Yeah.
Mr. Gresham here. I'm going to tell you what, first thing, he comes from a great family. These guys come from,
sir.
Yeah, these are some bad dudes.
these guys come
Thank
from
you,
a
sir.
great family background.
Yeah.
I tell you, like I said, being blessed, I can be called up today and be satisfied with the life I have lived, and not have a moment of regret, because I've been around some great people.
Yes,
These
sir.
guys are two of the examples of the young people I've been around.
Absolutely.
And I love them to death. I don't know whether it's at Independence or Eastmoor. I love these guys. Because I
Absolutely.
said from the neighborhoods, they're the same exact character
No,
made
hey, coach,
young people.
stop. Time out.
You hear me?
Time out.
You hear
coach.
me?
I'm calling a big timeout on the sideline. You are not getting off the hook that easy.
All right,
This is part
okay.
of it, right? You got to give me 3-4 more names. So, okay, he's getting the ball.
Okay.
Who's giving him the ball?
All right.
Somebody got to give him the ball.
I tell you what, has some quarterbacks.
Yeah,
you
come
know?
on. So you got to
And,
choose
you know, the
one
most,
now. You got to choose. I'm putting you on the hot seat. You
most
got to
dangerous
choose
things
one.
I could do is do. But for all the quarterbacks out there, I'm gonna go with.
How many years were you head coach?
Oh boy, 22.
So 22 years of head coach. I'm
Exactly.
sure somewhere along the line, some quarterback played for you, maybe 2 seasons,
Exactly.
maybe 3. So we're talking about at least 12 to 15 guys you can choose from.
Exactly.
I'm putting you on the spot.
And
Who's giving him the ball?
everyone is gonna get mad at
I know
me.
they are. That's why we do it. That's why you don't get to get out of here. You got to choose one. Who's giving him the ball?
I'm gonna put Ari Grant at quarterback.
There you go. There you
I'm gonna go with
E.
Ari
Grant.
Grant.
Solid.
I'm
E.
gonna go with
Grant,
Ari
yes,
Grant
indeed. So E. Grant is handing the ball off.
to
here.
to Savon.
Is this just him running, or is he doing some running?
Oh,
back
he gonna
pitch?
run the ball.
He's running the ball.
I'm gonna tell you, for him, he don't know it, but the greatest compliment that I received about him was from Nick Saban.
Wow.
Nick Saban used to be the head coach at
Was it Michigan
Toledo.
State? Oh, Toledo. Okay.
Toledo, and then he went to Michigan State.
Yeah.
And somewhere at Eastern, they played one. I forget which team they
Michigan
played.
State.
He said he's one of the best skilled players that he'd ever seen handle the ball since he's
Absolutely.
been coaching. That was a compliment Nick Saban made towards you.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah. Well, like I said, I had a front row seat to watching this stuff. We same rec center, same kids, same side of the city. I love these guys, right?
Right, exactly.
To be very honest, and Coach, I know we got to wrap up here. We'll start with Mr. Gresham here. Anything you want to share? Anything for the good of the cause about Coach, about playing at Eastmoor, and then we'll go over here to Savon. And then Coach, we'll go to you.
Marvin Bohanan is an institution, and not just for me, but for my family.
Yeah. Okay.
He has coached both of my brothers. He has impacted my life greatly, and he's a large part of the man I am today.
Wow.
Thanks, Coach.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
All right.
Same here.
Oh my God.
Like it's always great to talk to this man right
Yeah,
here, to see him.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I learned so much in high school, not knowing until I got to the next level. They put names to stuff that I was doing in college, but a lot of stuff I learned from him.
Yeah.
And I actually was like, I showed Marcus like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's so much stuff to say.
Yeah.
Like I don't know where to start. I don't know where to end.
I get it, and that's what we shared. We started off this show. You can't encompass 45 years of legendary work in 30 minutes. I mean, because we could take you two out and there could be a line, the people don't know our studio, but let's just say from outside the studio, it could be a line down this hallway of players, and we could just be bringing them in 2 at a time, and we would be here for the next 6, 7, 8 hours, and we still have a line out there, right, of all the young people's lives that I keep sharing you brought the best out of. Right, and so you get a guy like Savon, he goes off to Eastern, and then one of his buddies is down the road at the time at Michigan, and just the brotherhood that they get a chance to experience as adults and in their life because of the magic that you touched them with, right? And so now I bring it to you. You get the closing. Tell me what you want to share. Well, here I missed one part. Give parents as shortly as you can. Give parents a tip on being a parent of a successful high school athlete. Give our parents a quick tip before you share your closing thoughts, because I want parents to be able to hear from a coach who's coached a lot of great kids and brought the best out of them. I want parents to hear what your thoughts are on that.
For parents, whether you have a son or a daughter, first of all, love them to death. Mm-hmm. Number 2, set high expectations and don't waver from your expectations. You love them and set high expectations and support them in everything that they do. They'll turn out great.
There you go. I love that.
And for me to close, what they said is opposite. They made me. Yeah. When these 2 gentlemen represent every athlete and student, whether they were male or female, that have come in my presence. I'm the one. I have been blessed. You guys have. I'm telling you, you guys have blessed me. You guys, I'm the one that's blessed.
Wow. All right, well, look, we got to start to wrap. I'll share the quick outro. Be sure to catch us on all of our future shows, WCBE 90.5 FM. Appreciate you all as guests here today for hanging out with us. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Catch us on whatever platform you listen to your favorite podcast. Follow us on Instagram, at City League Sports 614. I'm your host, Dr. Vince Clarino. This is City League Sports. These is a couple really bad dudes right here. We out of here.
Outstanding job.
Yes, indeed.